compassionate logic.
New ideas and efficient tools for a happier, more connected life.
My favorite definition of resentment is ill will held over a long period of time for good reason. The way I grew up, forgiveness was something I never wanted to participate in. Forgiveness seemed to me that it was going to make what the person said or did okay, and it was not okay. Just not okay with me. So I wasn't about to forgive them, ever. And the interesting thing about resentment is that's what I'm carrying when I'm choosing not to forgive somebody for what they said or did, is I'm the one who's carrying the resentment. I'm the one who's holding it on that other person. I'm resenting them for what they said or did. I'm holding them as they're unforgivable. When I learned that I'm the one who's generating my resentment, it's not what they did, but I'm the one who's carrying my resentment for them, and I can do something about it, I was all ears. I want to know more about that. And I found out that I can lay down my resentment for the other person. Doesn't mean what they did or said is okay. It just means I'm not going to carry the resentment anymore. And the crazy thing that happened was when I laid down my resentment, I had this space in here that I didn't feel before. And that space was love for everybody else. It took a while for me to understand that forgiveness was about laying down my resentment for the other person. It wasn't about the other person. And once I learned how to lay down my resentment for the other person, I'm the one who gets to feel better. It's my responsibility to lay down my resentment. It's not their responsibility to do something for me to make me feel better. It's my responsibility. It doesn't mean what they did or said is okay. It just means I'm not going to carry it anymore. And that can feel like a whole truck has been lifted off your shoulders. And I actually have a practice now of laying down my resentment once I recognize it's there within 24 hours. Sometimes it'll be instantaneous, but if I'm not willing to do it right then, I'll do it within 24 hours. And guess what? I get to feel like a truck's been lifted off my shoulders. And then I feel more open, loving, and compassionate.
I went to a wedding in Utah, and it was a Mormon wedding, so there was no alcohol. And there was a person there who was in AA, and they knew that these other relatives snuck in some alcohol. They had alcohol that they'd hidden in these classy pop bottles. So they were drinking wine out of the pop bottles to hide at this wedding. A year after the wedding, I was talking with this person from AA, and they were saying, you know, I can't believe that they brought that alcohol to the wedding, and it's a Mormon wedding, they shouldn't have it, and it was really hard for me knowing they were doing that. And I stopped him and I cut him off and I said, hold on a sec. They're the one that brought the alcohol to the wedding, but you're the one who's still carrying it around. That's what resentment is. The thing happened, it's over and done, and then years later, months later, days later, decades later, you're still carrying around the weight of it. The utility of forgiveness for me is in making my life easier. It's not me going to some person and going, I've decided that I shall forgive you out of the greatness of my being and the goodness of my heart and the nobility of my character, so yes, you can be okay now in my esteem. It's not that. It's not even anything to do with that person anymore. Forgiveness is in the past. It's something that they did or that happened to me, but it might not have anything to do with them. That other person might be dead, but I might not have forgiven them. So it has nothing to do with them anymore for me. I think about forgiveness as I am holding this thing that I don't like, and I'm carrying it around, dragging it after me, long after it's relevant. This thing isn't helping me, I'm going to let it go, because I don't want to drag it on anymore. And compassion, then, the way I think about it that's helpful is forgiving in real time. So it's just letting go of those negative things that are coming up as they come up, instead of taking this negative stuff and I get to have it now, and I get to have it later too. What's the benefit of that? I'm going to take my poison now and make sure I save some of it so I can sip on it later. No, I just want to let it go. I'm just going to, in the moment, go, I have this negative thing going on. Do I want it? No, I'm just going to let it go so I can be more real with this person and probably more effective too in dealing with whatever this thing that they're doing that's unforgivable is, and not get caught up in it and not drag it after me.
Thank you for watching our video.
If you like the video, please subscribe.
Please like.
Please leave a comment below. Thank you so much.